So that's how you punch a reindeer in the face.
What was the next conference?
It was the big one for James, the only one he paid attention to, the Microsoft.
See, that was probably my favourite one.
They crushed it.
Fair.
Yeah.
They absolutely crushed it.
They did
It was
good.
slick. It was almost like they had rehearsed it.
Trailer. Little talk. Trailer. There was no... I mean, there's some stuff I'm not interested in, but I think it was something like 50 games.
50 games. 18 titles with exclusivity. And 15 world premieres.
And 5 new studios.
Yeah. They were studios that were already a thing, but they were like, we're not part of it.
They brought in... No, they've created an entire new studio, and then they've adopted another 4.
I will say that sequence where they were talking about things they've bought was strange. And again, part of the thing of like, are we talking to investors or are we talking to our fans? Because I get people like exclusives, weirdly, because exclusives are shit. I wish I could buy everything on one console.
Yeah.
But I also am kind of like, every time I see it, it's like, it's a PlayStation exclusive. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Why do I care?
Yeah, and it's still the mentality we have from school. The fucking, like, Sega, Genesis, and Nintendo.
And it's because most people are like, well, I can only afford one console, so mine has to be the best one now, otherwise I just piss away my money.
And they're always like, oh, well, mine's got a blast processing. It's just like, what the fuck is that? Like, the Super Nintendo is actually the superior machine, except for in one thing, which is blast processing. They open straight away with Halo Infinite. What the hell is Halo Infinite?
Okay, so when the Halo Infinite, well, I'm going to play some footage now of the Halo Infinite trailer, and when it started, it was like planes of stuff and like dinosaurs and things, and I was like, because me and you were chatting earlier that day about how good Dino Crisis 2 is. And I was
just
like,
finished it for the first time after buying it, and you guys probably never heard of Dino Crisis 2. Go out and get Dino Crisis 2.
you fucking hipster, you've probably never heard of it.
Yes.
You've never heard of Dino Crisis 3.
You've never heard of Dino Crisis 1.
What?
I have no idea what you're talking
You never played Dino Crisis?
No.
You missed that. 2 especially.
It sounds like Time Crisis, but with a dinosaur.
That's exactly what it is, except for it's not. It's Resident Evil with dinosaurs.
It's
and
exactly
it's amazing. But we were talking about Dino Crisis, and when I saw dinosaurs, and I was like, I think they have Dino Crisis is exclusive to Xbox. Is this a new Dino Crisis?
Why would Dino Crisis suddenly be a thing? No one cares about Dino Crisis.
Jesus Christ.
But I was super excited for a new Dino Crisis, and then that fucking MasterChef helmet came in front, and I was like, well, I don't fucking care. Halo Infinite, when will it fuck off?
Hey, it's going to look beautiful. It's the first Halo that's...
Please have that on the box. Halo Infinite, when will it fuck off?
Never. You cannot kill Halo. You can't. And this is going to
And
focus all around
343 have
Master
tried
Chief.
with Halo 5.
They tried real hard. But yes, they said you wanted more Master Chief because we tried to tell different storylines and you got really upset with us.
We tried to get Luke Cage. We got Luke Cage in Halo 4 and it was like, look at this guy, Michael Colter, isn't he fucking beautiful? We've got his face. We can't get his voice in the 5th one because he's busy making Luke Cage. But we've still got his face though, which we haven't asked his permission to use.
Well, they own his likeness.
Yeah. I mean, if you could own anyone's likeness, I'd own his.
He's handsome.
But yeah, but it's the first Halo in the series that's going to be on an entirely new engine.
I don't
Oh.
care. Okay, sorry. When you say Slip Space Engine and all this stuff comes up, that goes over my head.
When something's made in the same engine, it's like there's a lot of crossover and similarities and stuff. Like Fallout and Skyrim are in the same engine, and it's just different dressing.
Yes.
But it essentially runs the same.
Yeah.
And so Halo using the same engine makes sense because it's just improving incrementally on the gameplay and the graphics and stuff like that. So a new engine is kind of exciting. Like that was the best thing about, you're saying like about engines you don't care and stuff. The Fox engine was what they built Metal Gear Solid 5 in.
You're all diamonds.
Is Death Stranding in the Fox engine?
No, because he doesn't own it.
He doesn't own it
No,
anymore, but
yeah.
that game looks great as well. But yeah, Halo Infinite, is it a battle royale game? I heard rumours that it might be. Like, is it Halo 6?
They really didn't tease it much, did they?
I don't think anyone cares about Halo Infinite. No one's talking about it.
to be fair, it's a bold way to open the show because it's like, we're giving you what you want. It's a really strong opening. But I find Halo strange as like, it's got fans because it's, I don't know, to be a die-hard fan of Halo feels like it would be very, very difficult.
I feel like James is more of a hard.
Are you a die-hard Halo fan?
Yeah, I love
They
Halo.
play-
Did it get you?
I've always played Halo. I still play the Master Chief Collection. The other week I was going back and playing Halo 2, which is a nightmare because if one person dies in co-op, you have to start again.
That's
the
gross.
worst.
So, okay, as a Halo fan, did the Halo Infinite trailer do it for you?
I mean, it looked fun. It looked Halo, but it didn't tell me anything about what it was going to be. It just teased that, yes, you can still drive a Warthog.
Well, I mean, they're not cutting that out, are they?
Very fun.
Yeah.
But because I watched the Xbox One in two stages. I watched like the first hour, and then I got the other half hour. And I kept thinking, I can't wait until they tell us more about Halo at the end. It's clearly going to be like 10 minutes at the end. They're just going to do a deep dive into everything. We can see a lot of cool gameplay. But no, it's just a kind of teaser.
It's probably not even started on it.
No.
They're probably like, we call it Infinite because it can take as long as it fucking wants. Like. So Ori 2 looked beautiful. Like, I put it into this category of like indie, pretty platformers that I will never play.
Yeah, there's a lot of those out there.
There are a lot of those.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit too channeled in my gameplay. Every now and then I try to like branch out and try something new, and then I just think, why am I playing this beautiful piece of garbage?
Well, they're not garbage. It's just like it's really, I guess platformer is like a quite a good like indie thing to do because you can have like Shovel Knight. I don't know how expensive that was to make, but it's made a fortune. Ori again, it looks awesome, but I'm just like, I find it difficult to care. You're a big platforming guy, right?
To go back on what I said earlier about indie games, I will be getting this because I played the first one because it came free when I bought my Xbox. So I had it for free, so it's like, why would I not play it? And it was really good. Like, it plays really well. It's a classic, like, Metroidvania style kind of game where you unlock stuff and then you can double jump now, so you can get up to these other things. And it was like one of the games I 100%ed because I'm like, wow, this game's like fun. Like, this game's great. So seeing this, it was just like, I was a bit cynical about the indie stuff earlier. Not cynical in a way it's like, I'll get to it if I get to it. Whereas this is like, yeah, I'll get to that one. I'll get to that one. Not day of release. I'll wait till it goes on Game Pass because Xbox seems to be going, when we release our exclusive stuff, it's going to be in Game Pass, which I'm okay with.
Which is crazy considering when they release stuff day one on like the Microsoft Xbox Store, that costs way more than it would be if you bought it anywhere else. So it seems ridiculous that now they're saying, we'll give it to you in Game Pass, which is our subscription service.
Well, I had
It's
Game
£6 a
Pass
month.
the last couple months when Sea of Thieves came out and State of Decay 2, and I didn't play them, but they're there if I wanted to. Like, I need platformers. I miss them every so often. I'm like, man, I'm sick of open world story driven shit. I just want to play a platformer.
After playing Mario Odyssey,
Exactly. You nailed that.
I was so charmed, and it was so refreshing to play a platformer again, and a really good one, and just come away going like, that wasn't too long. It didn't outstay its welcome. Like, all of the levels, none of them. Because like in lots of platforming games, you get like like when you play Sonic and you have like the water levels and stuff. You're like, oh, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
When will this end?
This one, move to the next level.
You can complete most levels in a couple of minutes, and it's like, oh, that was lovely. So maybe I should give like Ori a go, or Hollow Knight looked really good. Probably, I imagine it's on Steam.
It's good. It's a good game. It's worth it. If you see it cheap, get it. Yeah. So next we've got Sekiro. Death of Two Shadows?
What face are you pulling?
Shadows. Cut that out.
I'm going to crash zoom in on it.
Title?
I think it's Sekiro Shadows Die Twice or
That's it.
something.
The next game is Sekiro Heroes Never Die, which, if you listened to us before, you all know I'm a bit iffy on the company that makes this game. But Chris really likes FromSoft, I'm mixed on FromSoft. I noticed one thing. Before FromSoft came up, and they showed the bit where he opens the door. I'm like, oh, it's fucking Dark Souls, isn't it? I mean, it looks really interesting, and part of me wants to get in there and like give it a go, and then the rest of me is like, it's going to be bullshit hard for no fucking reason. They won't tell you the controls. From Software hate you. They don't want you to play their games. They're going to make you buy DLC and hide the missions in the game. Me and you are very mixed on From Software, but what did you think about it?
One of the big rumours before E3 this year was Bloodborne 2. And I was kind of setting my hopes up on that, which you shouldn't do because, Bloodborne 2 is probably coming. You never know. It's just this is what they're announcing at the moment. One thing that I think is nice about these shows is it's like it really shows off new IP. Like Anthem is a game I've got no connection to and would never watch anything about. As soon as it's on like a trailer and I get to see it properly, I'm like, oh, this looks cool. And Sekiro, I don't really know what to make of it. What do you think of the From Software games? Do you like Dark Souls and...
I've never played any of Dark Souls or anything like that. I've seen gameplay of them and they just seem intense. And a lot of times when I play games, I like to relax.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Even
relaxing.
if I'm running and having like gunshots in my face and I'm stressing out in something, having to like spin around people and constantly parry things and stab at things and like, it's just my thumbs would wear out.
I love horror games, and they're the closest thing to like proper survival horror now.
Bloodborne is essentially Nightmare
Outlast.
Creatures.
Outlast's not really a survival horror.
It's entirely survival horror. It's a horror game. You had to survive.
Outlast 1 was good.
You don't have any weapons. You just have to run around and try and survive.
Yeah, but that's not... I want a Resi Evil, a Silent Hill, and Alone in the Dark, that kind of thing. And Bloodborne especially is the closest thing to that. Sekiro looked interesting. The combat looked really different. It looks like a Souls game.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to make of
It's
it.
got like the robot arm. It's got a guy waking up and being talked to by some new mentor guy who's probably going to have to fight in the end. Spoilers. You can tell it's the same game. And I'm interested, but like James said, you play games to chill out and have fun, and he doesn't like the slashy, and I get the slashy in like Bayonetta and stuff. But the thing about Bayonetta and stuff is Bayonetta doesn't treat you like it fucking hates you. That game's hard, but you can be better at it. Whereas this is like, I'm not even going to tell you the basic controls.
Yeah,
It's your fault for not knowing how to play the game.
It took me a little bit to get into the From Software games, and they are obtuse. Like,
this is why I don't like them.
But I really like the way it treats you with respect. I wish more games skip tutorials.
Yes.
That they just started going, and they didn't, like, it doesn't take 20 hours to unlock all the abilities.
That's
You
fine.
just go. Like Dark Souls, you can complete at level 1 with your starting gear.
That's cool.
And people do that.
That's very cool.
And like, I really liked Breath of the Wild, the last Zelda game, because there was a tiny little area, and then it was like, okay, go. If you want to go fight Ganon, go do it now. If you want to go over there to that mountain, do it. And Dark Souls does the same thing, in that it's just like, okay, go.
That's what I like about Dark Souls. It feels like the first Legend of Zelda. You don't know where you're going or what you're doing, but like I shouldn't have to Google how to hotkey weapons. It should just be in the instruction manual or in the game.
I mean, games don't have manuals anymore.
Games should have instruction
they
manuals.
have menu manuals. So you go into the menu, it's all
True,
in there.
yeah.
Except in Bloodborne on Dark Souls, when you pause the game, it doesn't pause.
What?
Because you can be invaded at any time by another
No,
player and they can
you
kill
can also get hit by just random enemies that come up.
Yeah, but
to
the
you.
reason you can't pause is because it's always online. If you play online, but you can't pause it offline anyway.
Always online is the dumbest, stupidest idea ever. Now let's talk about Microsoft and Xbox.
So Sekiro, I'm going to buy that like day of release because it's a From Software game. Are you
Cool.
guys bothered? No?
I will wait to see what you say about it, because I still haven't played Dark Souls 2 or 3. And Bloodborne, I never finished Dark Souls 1 because it's impossible and only psychopaths can finish them. And Bloodborne, as you know, I got to a certain point in it and I'm like, I didn't want to progress here and I've accidentally progressed and now it's too goddamn hard. This game isn't fun.
I can see you throwing your controller across the room.
I've actually never smashed up anything because of Dark Souls or Bloodborne because it's like it was my fault for playing this. Whereas when I played BMX Triple X once, I almost broke a TV because it's genuinely the worst game ever made.
I smashed a controller playing Tekken 7. That was the most recent thing.
Did you actually?
I sit on the floor to play games because I'm a fucking child, and I lost a match, and I just started like thumping it into the ground, and it just shattered. It shattered, and then I kept hitting it, and it kept hitting it, and then the fucking rematch started, and I was like, and just watching King get the shit beat out of him perfect, and I got teabagged by the guy, and I was like, this is a fucking terrible decision.
I think the last time I actually did that was when we were playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and I remember just going, fuck, and getting up with my Xbox 360 controller and punching the wall with it, and it dented the wall and put a permanent scratch on the controller, and I was just like, do you know what, I've got to stop doing this.
See, the only way I've destroyed controllers is through playing Skate. Because you have to do so many little flicks.
Yeah.
It destroys it.
Do you know what I've said?
Which, speaking of which, I was so hyped when I heard some like hip hop coming in, and saw some skateboards being carried.
I knew you were going to
I'm like, no
that.
fucking way, no fucking way. Are we getting Skate 4?
I was watching the chat go nuts.
I was so hyped.
I don't get the thing for Skate.
I never got
It's
that.
just-
I haven't cared about a skating game since Tony Hawk's Underground.
I get
which
the-
was the last good one.
The Skate ones are meant to be fucking awesome though.
Well, I've played
Skate
them with
ones are
you.
really fun. So you can do like outrageous stuff and go down mega ramps and do like a billion flips. But also you can just trip up on the curb if you're not doing it.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So like you have to. It feels like you've got the act of like pulling back, flicking up to ollie. It's not like pressing A to jump or something like that. It's got quite natural movement.
Okay.
I have no idea what the gameplay is like in session, which is what they showed because they just showed guys grinding.
And when he says guys grinding, he doesn't mean the following footage.
But that's jumping ahead, so let's jump slightly ahead. We had Todd Howard come out and give us some Fallout 4.
It's interesting that they got to show it first at Microsoft though, because you would have thought they would keep that for them.
I feel like
Yeah.
the Square Enix one was just like, yeah, here's all the stuff you've seen in other shows.
Yeah.
But they also announced as well that like, oh, Game Pass has now got Fallout 4, which I obviously bought their release ages ago, so I'm never going to play that. But also Elder Scrolls Online, which I may give a go now, because I can get it for £1 right now, to get me hyped for Fallout 76.
In Vault 76, our future begins.
So straight after that, it went into the, because it's a long title, The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit, which is going to be free, which is cool.
Yeah.
I probably will be picking this up because I did play Life is Strange 1. I got quite far into it. It was really fun. And then I watched a thing on YouTube, and they literally tell you who the killer was in it.
Oh.
And 2 parts into the 4-part thing, I think it is, I was just like, well, I don't need to play this anymore because you've just ruined the ending for me.
I haven't played it, so don't spoil it.
I'm not going to say anything, but what I did play was really fun. It is really good, and I will finish it one day.
The trailer for the whatever it was, the super
Captain Spirit.
Captain Spirit looked lovely.
Yeah, it looks really fun.
It looks so nice. Just like the visual style of it looked as pleasant as I hope the gameplay is.
I bet it's not. I bet it's like dialogue trees and that's it.
Well, I was really hoping that was it Transference that they talked about in Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, his world looks so lovely. I want to fuck it up with Transference and do a crossover of those two.
Well,
And he's
It
just,
just has Captain Spirit, and then like the door just closes, and his dad's there, and he just locks the door, and it just ends.
it slowly zooms in on Elijah Wood's face.
with those piercing eyes.
No.
But yeah, I have no idea how that gameplay is going to work because I didn't play.
Well, it's
the first one.
kind of like the Telltale games, and obviously it's different. It's a different game, but in the Life is Strange, the main gameplay thing is that the girl can manipulate time. So if you're like, oh shit, I don't like how that dialogue tree went, you can rewind time and try it a different way and stuff. I mean, yeah, this one's free, so I'll give it a go. I never finished the original. I never even touched 2. I'm sure they're all great. It was really good. But I know you're not a fan as much of.
I don't like the Telltale games, but I've never played Life is Strange.
Yeah, but I mean,
Life
it's
of
good.
Strange? Life is Strange. Yeah.
It is good. It is really good. And it's a shame that it got ruined for me on YouTube. Cut to the end of Avengers. So the next one I feel like James is going to want to talk about, because I played the first one and I thought it was average. I never played the second one, and James played the first one and loved it so much. And he also loves Terry Crews.
Oh yeah, so I never played the second one. This is Crackdown 3. It looked like it was a fun trailer. That's all it was. But I very much enjoyed the first Crackdown. It was just over the top, and you run around, you get to leap, you get to constantly progress things. I enjoyed just kind of the verticality of it, exploring a city that way.
Sure.
And yeah, it was a bit outrageous, and I enjoyed that.
So I've never played any of them, but the trailer convinced me to never play those games. It looks like it was made by a teenager.
Well, it definitely has that feeling. It's like, look at what's awesome. Look at if I lob this car at that guy's face, I can crush him. It's basically that.
Yeah.
So it's unnecessary, but it's totally light-hearted gameplay.
I think it
Light-hearted, throwing a car into someone's face.
It looks fun. It looks fun rather than like gruesome or anything like that. It's not for me, but I will say one thing is like Terry Crews can fucking hype stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's just so infinitely likable and like you're on his side and you know.
He's like always brimming with energy, like he's about to explode.
I wrote down here that not even Terry Crews makes me want to play this.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound.
So yeah, so it is coming to Day Pass, like the majority of original releases to Game Pass, not Day Pass.
I said Day Pass first.
It is coming to day release. No.
Day of release.
Why are you clicking at me?
Pa-pow!
That was great.
So it is coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, it is, and that and a lot of other Xbox exclusives. Mm-hmm. On the day of release, they're coming to Game Pass, which is massive.
I feel like it's a genius move by Xbox.
Yeah.
$7.99 a month, and I can play all these games day of release.
It's definitely differentiating them from the competition in like a really positive way.
It's probably the one thing Xbox has done right. Bless them.
No, they had a terrible launch.
The terrible launch was right.
No. I mean, they kind of fucked up all the announcement of the Xbox One and do you remember all the sharing games and no
Here's how
use
you
games?
share a game on PlayStation.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
Thanks.
They've kind of done everything possible to correct all of that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of nailing it in a way Sony aren't at the moment. Nintendo's not competing with them. It's a different entity.
Nintendo's literally always been in its own fucking universe.
But I mean, you could see, so the same way that the actual companies are, you could see how that was reflected in this. Xbox walked out bold and rehearsed, and it looked beautiful. It all worked. It was slick. Mm-hmm. PlayStation mumbled through things and had
fucking musical interludes.
Weird music. Yeah, exactly.
That feels like it's the kind of the almost like a PR team, you know, like a committee of people being like, and we have all these musical interludes that really, and everyone's just like, just show the game footage because that's great. When I see gameplay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
When I see gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
When I see 4 guys sat around trying to fill time.
I mean, obviously, we know what we're cutting to now.
No.
When I see 4 guys sat around filling time for like 20 minutes while people move from space to space.
Yeah.
It's just unnecessary. This is never going to work for live, and you have people watching these things live. Or figure out a way to cut that shit out and then host it separately online, because that was just boring.
We will take back our world from the scourge of the machines.
So the next thing that they dropped straight after Crackdown 3 was Nier Automata is coming to Xbox, complete with all DLC. Chris, should I be getting this? Because it looks like I should be getting this.
Yeah, Nier's a great game.
Is this the one where when you finish it, you have to play it again and it's all fucking weird and different?
Yeah, so to the actual story mode is going through story 3 times.
Okay.
And
Really?
it's not the same. It is different every single time. Like radically different.
Mm-hmm.
Not just, like the second time you play for it, people say different lines. It's very, very different on each playthrough.
I'm very tempted to get it. I thought it was a Platinum Games, but it's not. It's Square Enix.
No, it's a Platinum Games. It's a co-production.
Wait, so it's Platinum Games and Square Enix?
Yeah.
Man,
And you'll be able to tell the moment you start the combat.
Yeah, I don't even know why I asked him, James. I will be getting this. We'll probably get to it maybe later in the Nintendo one, but they keep doing things where they're like, oh, there's a game on the PlayStation, it's come out, it's got all the DLC, and then when it comes out on Xbox, you pay full price for it, and it comes with the DLC included. Do you think is Dragon Ball going to do that on Nintendo, or do you just have to buy Dragon Ball again and then buy the Season Pass again to get the extra characters?
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right?
imagine it's just. I think currently Nintendo are still working out their like development kits and things because PlayStation and Xbox have been out for ages, and people are used to releasing games for it.
Yeah.
Nintendo is so recent. The Switch is the most recent console, and so people are still working out the best processors and things. Like Dark Souls Remastered isn't out.
It is not out. I saw
Switch.
it advertised in Nintendo, and I was like, "Whoa, isn't that already out?"
No, it was meant to be. They were still porting it. They needed more time, and
Okay.
I imagine Fighter Z. It was like, oh, it's going to come to all the consoles. It's just taken them a little bit longer to get the Nintendo one done.
Yeah,
But surely
okay.
that's got to be because Xbox and PlayStation all progress in a natural like linear style.
Yeah.
Whereas Nintendo just fucking bounces left and right.
Yeah, then Nintendo were like, "We've got this new handheld console," and you're like, "Oh my god, what the fuck are they going to do next?" And they're like, "Guys, cardboard."
That's great.
But
Yeah.
also like just moving from like the Wii to whatever the hell the Wii 2 did.
Wii 2. Wii U. The only person on earth owned one of those was my brother, I believe. Actually, did Ben Mansour own one?
Shout out to Ben Mansour.
Hashtag Ben Mansour. Yes to Nier. I'm definitely going to get Nier. That game looks great. Then we go to an unveil of Metro Exodus.
That game looks like a lot of fun. It looks gritty.
Have you played the previous
I
games?
haven't, no.
So I have the previous games on my Xbox. I downloaded them in a sale. And I started playing one, and I just never finished it because it's fine, but I was playing it and I was like, I kind of want to play Bioshock, and I'm playing this. But they are on Game Pass, which is £1 right now, James. So you can play the first one, and it is a good game.
It looked really nice. I like the setting. Where was it? Was it
It's
based
set
out
in Russia, yeah,
Yeah.
like post-nuclear apocalypse. Like when you go up onto the surface, you can only stay up for a certain amount of time because of radiation and shit. And you have to pick up like air packs for your gas mask and things like that for when you have to venture outside. And a lot of it's
That's
in
cool.
dark tunnels. It's kind of like Fallout when
Yeah.
you go through the metro system, the game. Wait, it's called Metro.
That's my issue. Not an issue with Metro, but like I felt kind of bad for it because there's a lot of post-apocalyptic dystopian kind of games coming out, and in the same Microsoft conference, Metro is what 10-20 minutes after Fallout.
Yeah,
And
but
they
it is
tick
the
similar
third-
box.
It is the third game, and it is a popular book series that's potentially actually Russian. I'm not
Yeah,
that sure.
Was it?
Yeah,
They're meant to be really good games. I just felt sorry for it.
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
out next to Fallout, it's like, especially because that Metro looks more kind of gritty, whereas Fallout is a bit more stylized and so has its personality. Like the little Fallout boy. Is he the Pit Boy?
he's Pit Boy. Yeah, Fallout Boy is the.
But Fallout has personality,
Yes.
like a lot of personality, and it's a bit silly.
Yeah,
Whereas
but,
Metro-
Fallout has a weird.
Did you say pull out?
Fallout has a weird like satire, like RoboCop style satire, whereas Metro's kind of serious. And I will warn you, James, it has ghosts in it. It's real spooky.
There are ghosts in it?
There's ghosts in it.
I was not expecting that.
I know, neither was I. And then I started playing it. I was like, oh, there's ghosts in this.
Well,
I
of
didn't
course
see that
there'll be
coming.
ghosts. It's like a nuclear apocalypse.
Yes, where ghosts
That's
come
when
from.
ghosts, yeah. The body gets vaporized.
Into ghost form.
Yeah.
Next was the very first time, of 1,200 times that we got to see Kingdom Hearts.
So my favourite thing about the Kingdom Hearts trailer, first of all, I thought it looked good. Like I was watching the
It
trailer,
looks beautiful.
and I was like, I'm probably going to get this.
Did you know that Pixar gave them the models?
Do you disagree? You're looking at me like I'm a freak.
Yeah, no, sorry, I was. Yeah, I looked at it and I was like, wow, why would I ever want to play a game with all of those contrasting characters? Like, it feels like there isn't going to be
It didn't show off all the.
interesting narrative that I'm going to care about.
There was
And I
guys in
don't
dark
wanna have
hoodies
to
running
listen
around
to
talking about
Frozen.
light and darkness.
Well, that was my.
Oh, me
and
too. I don't want to care about Frozen. You said literally then you said anything Disney
Anything Disney.
except Frozen.
But I'm not going to sit down and play that.
I haven't played the other ones. If I was to get this to jump ahead, I'd go for the Sony version because it has all the previous versions included with it in a special edition.
It made me want to pick up the old ones.
Have you played the old ones?
I played one when it first came out, and I played a bit of the two, but never finished it. And so it's made me want to go back and play them more properly. My brother loves those games. I thought it looked really good, but my favourite thing about the trailer was that they fucked up the sound on it.
Did they?
Yeah, did you not notice the mix wasn't
Halfway
finished?
through.
No, so there was like no effects. It was only dialogue and music.
Look out!
That's amazing.
It was just really weird that it.
Were
you know,
all the trailers like that?
no, it was just the Kingdom Hearts one, and it's. Do you remember a couple of years ago where they released the Mummy trailer, where there was some audio tracks missing?
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
But they played the same Kingdom Hearts trailer 84 times over the course of
So
E3.
it was every time it came up ahead.
That
of the
trailer
mission
had the
sound
same
effects.
issue every time.
Fuck, how did I not notice that?
Fix it for the second day.
It was on a different day.
Yeah.
I was like, why didn't they just get this re-exported?
Oh, man.
Because it's a really easy mistake to do.
Yeah.
Someone should have checked it. And again, the thing with these conferences is they should be. I assume they have run each conference through multiple times to
Yeah.
to really
Iron
get the
out.
flow. Yeah. And it's stuff like that where it's like, why did no one check that?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I was watching. I thought this isn't for me. This doesn't look like I'd enjoy it. It seems whimsical, but
I don't think it's a game for everyone.
It seems like something I would start, i.e. Final Fantasy 15, and really enjoy, and then never finish, i.e. Final Fantasy 15. But
Put that in the box.
yeah, I mean, it looks good. I love that Pixar were like, if you're going to use our characters, take the actual character models, and you can do that in a video game now, and those bits look amazing.
The Toy Story stuff looked
Yeah.
great. Seeing like Hercules in 3D
yeah.
looked awesome.
Yeah.
And it's like actually like you're like, oh wow, how did you get James Woods? Surely he was busy being racist on Twitter or something. Like, how did you get him?
It is a very niche game though. Like it's clearly not for
Yeah.
everyone. And it's weird to in between all the shooty like Microsoft stuff. Like just because before that, what do we have? We have Fallout, Metro, Nier is shooty, Crackdown. Sekiro is not, but it's still like violent, slashy. And then we get Kingdom Hearts, which is essentially like weeb nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's like it looks like a completely different game to everything else.
well, yeah, it's like that belongs in a separate convention for kids games.
It's not a kids game. It's really serious. It's really serious. Did you not see the fucking
Do you not see
snowman?
the
Did you not
Frozen
see
bit
Goofy?
when she said that she only hurts people when she freezes things, and then like create icicles just jabbing through the snowman?
That was great. That was like the Edea in Final Fantasy VIII. Do you remember that game where she does the little icicle and she stabs Squall with the massive icicle? I'm playing this footage now and like you guys should know this,
It's
but
the greatest murder weapon of all, James, because it will melt and you'll never know how they did it.
you've mentioned murder like a lot today.
Yeah.
Do either of you give a shit about Sea of Thieves?
As I mentioned earlier, I'm not a big fan of online gaming, so no, I do not care about Sea of Thieves. It's by Rare, But
I didn't know
again,
that. That's cool.
I feel like it's by Rare. I might be wrong. I feel like it's the people that were Rare.
They're the guys that did Banjo-Kazooie 3, right?
I bless them. I think they're a bit overrated, Rare. Bless them. That's controversial as fuck, I know, and I'd have to go into detail later on about why. But
I can't wait.
You can get Rare Replay and play like two.
the Rare Replays games are really good, but they seem to be like, let's just release a game where it's really uncontrollable, i.e. Blast Call. Like, you can't play this game. You can't play it. You just can't. It's
Did they
physically
do
impossible.
Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark is the exception, because Perfect Dark is fucking exceptional.
Did you ever play the Perfect Dark on the Game Boy?
No, but I hear it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah,
I loved
yeah.
it. I never played any of the other ones, but that was really good. That was back when there was random ports on Game Boys that were like old school
I
stuff.
say that, but they made the Donkey Kong Country games, which are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Banjo-Kazooie just because I don't know what the hell I'm doing in it. Like, I know,
breaking up crates.
and
That's all
I know
do.
we don't like hand-holding in games, but I need some information of where I'm going and what I'm doing. 'cause
I
it's
don't like all that collecting stuff. Like, if I
Yeah.
play something like GTA and it's like there's like 500 little hidden things, I'm like, okay, cool, fuck off. That's game content I will never experience because it's not game content.
But that's what I loved in Crackdown.
Yeah,
Was there a lot of
that's
that?
it. entirely what
you
Crackdown
have
is.
to collect things the entire way through to power up all different levels.
It's like Spider-Man 2.
and then
the
you
game.
have to
I like
try and
Spider-Man
collect
2.
them all.
Yeah,
And there's too many.
there's billions of them.
I don't like that. And like, you know, like when you play something like Assassin's Creed and you zoom out on the map and there's like 30
Any
objectives.
Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
Their entire thing was just like, imagine the maps and all the shit that's going to be in it. Actually, we can't imagine the maps. Can you send us some stuff so we can build it? But yeah, I don't. It's on the Game Pass and I didn't play it. It's full price in Tesco's or wherever you buy your games. It feels like something should be on PC. In
I
a
think
VR
it might be.
headset,
Yeah.
not on Xbox.
I think it might be on like the Windows 10 store or something like that.
Fair.
I mean, I know a couple of people that are playing it, but it didn't grab me.
And I don't talk to them anymore.
No, especially not now.
Jerks.